But, you know, a fly, he who commands the fly has always been seen historically as the mark of the devil.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Leftist Extremism. It was a week of a lot of unmasking, starting with the unmasking of NBC's complete farce of a town hall with Joe Biden.
Welcome back, Miami, and the town hall meeting with former Vice President Joe Biden taking questions from undecided voters.
Yeah, surrounded by all those undecided voters that NBC actually knew were really Biden advocates.
Peter Gonzalez has next question.
Welcome to Miami, Mr. Vice President. I was born in Hartford, Connecticut, and I've been living in Coral Gables for the last 20 plus years. We get 4 more years of Trump. Good luck. And good luck with the future attracting younger voters.
Let's go to Ismail Eliano, who voted for Hillary Clinton 4 years ago, but has voted Republican in the past. What's your question for Mr. Biden?
Hi, Mr. Vice President. Things that Joe Biden said during his speech that resonated with me was, what defines America's possibility.
NBC takes a page out of the Biden playbook as they decided they're not going to answer questions about this until, well, maybe after the election.
They'll know my opinion of court packing when the election is over.
Guess they want to try and keep up that disguise that it simply wasn't a campaign infomercial. But the one thing the media could not keep disguised this week is how happy they were that President Trump was diagnosed with COVID. I mean, they literally compared it to the death watch of Stalin.
What do you see happening in America right now with a country unable to know what to believe about the president's health?
Well, Brian, there have been a lot of comparisons to the Soviet Union in the last couple of days, and I think they're not unwarranted. The particular period that I'm thinking about is something that I've written about a lot, which were the days of Stalin's death watch, right? When the foreign correspondents and the domestic correspondents, such as they were, all knew what was going on. Nobody was giving them any information. Everybody was expecting the final call, right?
CNN's Chris Cuomo is just filled with compassion.
And now, I don't have to feign any extra measure of compassion. Because he went out there, whatever happens now is on him. The White House is a cluster.
The media certainly was a cluster, well, a special kind of cluster. When Trump got better and returned to the White House and took off his mask, they were all so happy about his recovery that they went to the Democratic Talking Points memo and all parroted the same Mussolini mantra.
The video of President Trump standing on the Truman balcony yesterday saluting brings to mind some disturbing historical references. Images of dictators like Italy's Benito Mussolini.
And you've got, the American Mussolini standing on the balcony.
Mussolini-esque scenes on the balcony of the White House.
This is a Mussolini moment. Donald Trump, who looks like he has makeup on, which means somebody had to get close enough to make up his face with his favorite orange patina. He's standing there as if he is, a member of the old Russian Tsar family.
Reads, joy for the president's recovery just can't be hidden. She was brought to you by AT&T. Drop them a line and let them know how you feel about their support. Now, I'm not kidding here when I say the media had a complete meltdown over Trump returning to the White House and recovering. In fact, their meltdown was downright nuclear.
After this, he turned around and walked into the White House. He walked into this coronavirus hot zone. He walked into this building where we've seen people in hazmat suits cleaning up because so many people have been infected. It looks like Chernobyl inside now.
John Berman doesn't sound very happy about this. It's almost as if he was as unhappy as the leftist media was after Mike Pence trounced Kamala Harris in the debate. Now, this is true because all the media did was make excuses for Harris. On ABC, they thought Harris was spicy. But they were sad because, the debate ended up being about more boring things like policy.
I think that Kamala Harris was rather spicy. Unfortunately, this was more about policy than it was personality.
It's all over social media during the debate. A lot of people noticing that Mike Pence appeared to have some kind of pink eye. What did you notice?
Well, George, you're not going to be surprised to hear me say this, but of course, no one can make any diagnosis over TV. But what do we know about ocular or eye manifestations in COVID? He also could have just had some makeup in his eye.
Makeup in his eye was the least of things the leftist media was distracted by. Everyone's focus turned when a fly landed on Mike Pence's head during the debate. I mean, even mine, I have to admit it. But what I certainly didn't think was, I wonder what that fly's race is.
I still keep going back to that fly because, you know, number one, I've never seen anything like that. It was a fly of color, too, that came at a very, very opportune time.
A fly of color. Hold on, though. This gets even more crazy.
I think it's very interesting timing that a fly would land on Mike Pence's head at that particular time when he said that there really wasn't systemic racism. I saw the fly basically go and say, what?
Yes, the video focuses on imagining what flies could say if they talked.
Say what?
Then any question that Harris avoided answering, you know their candidate lost the debate. It's really tinfoil hat time, though, as MSNBC was not going to be outdone by ABC's fly insanity.
But, you know, a fly, he who commands the fly has always been seen historically as the mark of the devil.
That's a totally normal thing to say, absolutely. Why didn't they make those comments a few weeks ago?
I believe that every American has a fundamental right to breathe clean air and drink clean water. I know that we haven't fulfilled that right yet, exacerbating the need for environmental justice. Sorry, as a bug.
Gloria, to you first. What did you think about this speech?
Well, I thought it was a very powerful speech on many levels.
No Satan comments when Joe's BS about climate change was attracting the bugs. But the media did bug out during the end of this week, as Nancy Pelosi wants to look into the 25th Amendment and removing the president from office. So the media had to start carrying water for that idea.
Donald Trump doesn't seem like a well man. I'm just going to be blunt about it. He doesn't seem in control of his emotions. He's ranting and raving, just loony rants and raves for an hour on Fox News. Is this steroids? Is this a psychological issue? You have the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, now talking 25th Amendment. She suggested Trump may not be thinking clearly because of the drugs he's taking.
But the New York Times goes complete conspiracy rag here. It publishes an article that the president is appearing before a digital backdrop in his videos. He's not really going outside. They have since digitally altered their online article, removing that paragraph, but the internet does not forget about things the way that gray lady seems to. That's all the insanity we have time for this week. Please visit the MRC store and check out some great gifts. Visit MRCTV.org for more great videos. Like and share these videos on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Eric Shiner from MRCTV, and we'll be back with some more leftist lunacy next week.